Washington football. Woo! Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Burgundy Zone. I am your host, Kyle. I am joined by my two co-hosts, Michael Hall and Michael Reed, but we are joined by a very special guest, big Washington football team fan, Corey Sanchez, the Sanchez. Thank you for joining us.
There you go,
tonight.
Corey.
Appreciate you guys. It's an honor to be on here with you.
I can't thank you enough for joining us. Obviously, I'm here at FedEx Field enjoying the draft night for this monumental evening that we have in front of us. A lot of things have happened so far, Corey, in the draft. So let's start this off. What was the biggest surprise so far for you in this first round, in the first 12 picks?
I mean, you would think like J.C. Horn being the first defensive player off the board, and a lot of people said Micah Parsons is the best defensive player. He's still on there right now at pick 12. I don't know if those dirty people down there at that Star are going to take him at 12, but I refuse to say their name. And but I think that was the biggest shocker, and then the fact that Cincinnati didn't look at an offensive tackle after what we did to Joe Burrow. Unfortunately, did Joe Burrow. It wouldn't want to protect your most valuable asset. I think those are the two shockers of the draft so far.
Hall?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. The J.C. Horn one it's crazy. J.C. Horn is, it'd be a Kyle's opinion at least. I don't know what you thought about it. I thought he was the best corner in the draft too. So that's surprising. But here we go. Here's Dallas right here. After Dallas makes this pick real fast, I will ask you a question about it. Do you think that there's a chance Dallas could go Parsons here?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I do. He's got the attitude for it.
Give them a crazy good linebacker trio.
He's got the mental issues.
He does have that kind of that Dallas kind of swag. Yeah,
they almost have to go defense, but there's none of the cornerbacks that they would have taken on the board. So it's interesting. The best players are linebackers.
See, but Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is like that uncle that you think he's a baller, but he's living on payday loans all the time. They live nice. They got the car on lease and everything, but they got to go pay the lender every week at the end of the day. So, and they work at the gas station eating fish sandwiches.
I was just about to say kind of like this man making the pick for him right now.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
that's how I imagine he looked. So, do you think that if Mac Jones is there, Washington can go that? I'll go that question right now.
Damn it! They took Micah.
I knew it.
Yep, there they go, dude.
Micah.
That's a fantastic linebacker trio.
Yeah.
That is such a good linebacker trio. But anyway, back. Do you think that if Mac Jones is on the board, that there's a chance Washington could take him, or do you think he doesn't get past New England?
I don't think he gets past New England. I think. And if he does get past New England, I think it would be very interesting because, Belichick and Saban, they're best of friends.
Exactly. So he would know something about it.
Why would you not take it? There would be some reason. That would scare me off of Mac Jones if New England did not take him.
Exactly.
I was sitting there for a little bit, and I had my breath held. I said, Justin Fields is slipping. And then, like I said, the Bears came in there and did what they were doing. But I was just like, oh, my goodness, there's actually a shot at this. But I don't think there's no way Mac Jones makes it past 15.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny you say that because I always said the same thing. I was like, if he slips past the Patriots, Belichick and Saban being best friends, I would raise a lot of red flags if they passed on him. But seeing who's left on the board, is there a player that you have targeted at 19 so far for Washington that's out of the players left?
I like Morik, the safety out of TCU. I have warmed up to Owusu Koromora because he's a local boy, and then I think Darius Shaw also because he's a local boy, and you could solidify that line. You get your left tackle, and Rashad Slater.
Right, he hasn't been picked yet.
Yeah,
he should go to the Chargers here, but yeah.
So that I think those guys right there are. Those are the three guys that I've kind of targeted, or if not, just trade back and see what you can get.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, so Corey,
I like that.
we all love to talk about, we would select this guy here. We would love this pick here. What is there a player or selection at 19 that if they were picked there, you would absolutely hate it?
Mugshot Mac. I would. But
Mugshot Mac. That's
I like that.
That's hilarious.
I'm going to trademark that if we get him too, because
I haven't heard it yet, so you should.
Yeah,
Ask Rio Robinson. He knows. He said we're officially calling Mugshot Mac from now on, and yeah, that's the only one I'd be. But it's just like it's like when you go to the dentist, right? You gotta go and do it, and it might be good for you. Even though you go through that pain, maybe there is something there with Mac that we're not seeing, but. I'm just like, and I'll get a 10 jersey that says Mugshot on the back of it.
That would be so funny, especially if Washington takes another quarterback in the first round that wears number 10. All of a sudden, you can just change the grip in the third on the back. So let's focus a little bit on day 2. Let's say Washington goes, obviously, linebacker, left tackle with their first round pick. Are there any positions that you see Washington targeting on day 2 in rounds 2 or 3, like a tight end, free safety, anything of the sort?
That's what you just said. Tight end, right? Tight end.
Yep,
I love Logan Thomas. He's a former quarterback. Samus Reyes, he's a former basketball player. And then we got 3 dudes who I just met at the gas station the other day that's on the squad. Like, we don't even know their names.
Right.
I think that we should go out there and everybody, we're all adults here. We love drinks. We love to go out and party and get some liquor. Get a guy who sounds like liquor. Go get Fairmouth from Penn State. Get Baby Gronk. Good God Almighty, and put him together with Logan Thomas. Great day in the morning. I swear, it's a religious experience up in there, man. I know we're in the Burgundy zone. We're gonna be in the religious zone because he's gonna be in the end zone all the time, and all of God's children are gonna be happy because Pete's either gonna score in that end zone or right there. He's gonna score. We just don't know where. I love it.
So do I. It's so funny, too. A lot of people are like, we should not take a tight end that early. I mean, we already have Logan Thomas. It's like, okay, but this is 2 tight ends right now. It doesn't matter. Right. You have 2 good wide receivers, too. I mean, you take a tight end. You can use him in multiple formations, but you just need to. Logan Thomas is 30 right now. I mean, so anyway, go ahead, Hall. My bad.
No, that's all good. I'm going to jump back to the quarterbacks real quick. Obviously, we got Fitzpatrick. He's pretty much probably going to be locked in as a starter. Trey Lance off the board, Fields off the board. Is there a quarterback left that you would not have a problem with them picking?
Kellen Mond, I wouldn't have a problem with him. I'd say people say, you don't trust people with 2 first names. I don't trust people with 2 last names. Davis Mills. I think I get a very Mark Sanchez vibe about him. Like, he had 1 year in Stanford. I think he should have went back to Stanford next year. Not saying he's not the talent that people think he can be, but I want to see a little bit more. I think the tape needs to be a little bit longer, especially in a COVID year where it was kind of short, and the Pac-12 was really funny about playing games anyway. So I would want to see more out of him. And some people say, I'll throw this out there. People say Jamie Newman, right? Y'all realize Jamie Newman is going to sit 2 years. If you think, and then throw him out there, that makes absolutely no sense to me in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I mean, Mond, stay away from Trask. I'm not a big Trask fan because just without Kyle Pitts, look what he did. He could only score 20 points against Oklahoma. Oklahoma on a good day gives up 45 points. Come on now, man.
It's so true.
That's true. That's very true.
That's a great point. Now, so far, we have gone through the first 12 picks. It looks like the Chargers are on the clock. They're going to be making their selection at any second now. So out of the first 12 picks, Corey, which of these rookies do you think is going to have the best career based on the situation they've been placed in?
I think, honestly, I like Penei Sewell. I think if his size, his height, and what he can do, he mauls people over. Now, the Pro Football Focus argues that he's been untested, and I think he'll still be untested in the NFC North. But you are going to go out there. If you want to win, if Detroit wants to win, you're going to Chicago. You're going out to Green Bay to play ball, and then you're going to Minnesota, but whatever. But you're going to need to win in the cold. And where does that start? The ball gets harder as the seasons turn, you need to run. You need somebody that can protect Goff one, and then give Swift the ability to go out there and run. And if they bring back AP, give him ability to run as well too. I think that's a great pickup for them, and I think he is. He reminds me of 71, y'all.
Yeah,
He
that's
reminds me of 71, and that's exactly what I'm still mad at him. I love 71, but I'm still mad at him. And but
you are speaking to my feelings right now.
I love him. I do, honestly, God. But I just, it hurts.
I'm still, it's like that ex, and you're just like, I mean, we're still friends, I guess. I still care about you, but
I still look at his snaps, see how he's doing from time to time, you know.
Yeah,
look at old pictures of him in Washington jerseys.
I unfollowed him on Instagram, and even through all that turmoil and everything, I held hope that he might come back. And I would say my fiance's downstairs, so I can't really say any, of the ex stories, or she gonna look at me like I lost my mind. Oh, she actually looking at me right now. So if
so we'll change the topic.
Edit this out where I go. If I go out the camera, just edit that out and say, we just lost the feed recording. Shout out to Anna.
Don't worry. Yeah, we have the 2-second runoff, so we'll make sure we cut it off. Is there any player that's not really getting talked about that you think will be a surprise first round pick? That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. That Leatherwood kid, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's at Alabama.
He's very versatile, too.
Yeah, that Leatherwood is a guy that, he's kind of hit or miss. And somebody who might need a tackle, they might go after the brother, right? So that he could be one that sneaks up on you, and you could see him in the later rounds or something like that. That's one guy that kind of sticks out to me.
Right.
Right. Now, let's kind of fast forward into the season a little bit, jump off the draft for a question or two. From year 1 to year 2, who you think is going to make the biggest jump as far as player-wise under this coaching staff?
Ooh, I think the biggest – ooh, man, that's a good one. I think Cam Curl. I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. Shout out to Freddie, because God knows that's his boy. And Antonio Gibson, I think these guys will be well. I mean, but y'all think about this, man. Ron, a lot of us thought we were going to shop at Macy's during free agency, right?
Right.
He went to he didn't go to Dollar General. He went to Dollar Hood or something and found these guys, and they played significant roles. JD, Logan, and they do multiple things. So I think our youngins, man, they're going to come up in there. And Chase Young, I'm going to say it right now, y'all. We only saw a fraction of what he could do. Put a season behind him. Put some off-season training behind him where he's going to be able to work in person with people. Come on, I don't think y'all hear me. This brother was getting triple teamed. He was getting triple teamed, man. He could have called the Giants. He could have called PG County and said, dude, I need protection on them, because that's a mugging in the back alley right there. We have not seen the greatest. His story is still unwritten. And like they say, I'm from the church, the best is yet to come with number 99. You watch and see, man. I'm salivating over here.
Yeah, what do you have? 7.5 sacks this season?
Yeah.
And he didn't even have all of his pass rush moves materialized. Throughout the season, he still got that many and was still a force. It was getting, like you said, double team, triple team on nearly every single play. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Corey, let me ask you this question. Of these quarterbacks, who's going to be the bust?
In the draft, oh gosh, I think
because most likely there's going to be 2 or 3 that end up being a bust. But just give me one.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna go easy here. I'm gonna go hard, and it's gonna be a hot take. I say Zach Wilson.
Oh, wow.
I can see that.
I say Zach Wilson. And the reason why I say this is because he played at BYU. And we kind of argue, and it could be between him and Trey Lance, really. But he's going to BYU. He's going into that market. Think about the market. This is the human aspect of it, right? They're going to New York. Gang Green is mad and angry and ticked off at the world about everything. And they need smelling salts like Gase did. But I mean, y'all think about it. But he's going from not drinking coffee at BYU to where I mean, you probably gonna have like Woody Johnson drinking shots in the morning when he walks into the practice facility and everything. You're gonna see your owner there. So I think Zach Wilson, man, just because of where he's going to, not because of his ability. And I think he was a one-season flash in the pan, although he did increase each year at BYU. I think that might be it. That's the hot take I'll give you there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, I can totally see that. It's going to be tough for him. He's also smaller. He's had some injury problems too, so it's going to be tough. I mean, they definitely need to protect him. Who do you think is in the best situation right now?
Who is in the best situation?
Yeah. Which
as
one
far
of
as
these
quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I'm going to just say this because he was taken first. I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, they got a good receiving core out there.
They've got so many question marks. If you look at the quarterbacks that were drafted, Trey Lance, they did not tell the scouts and the coaches that Schefter reported this, who they were going to draft until the last minute. That is not transparent.
That's some Snyder moves.
That is exactly. And y'all see Kyle Shanahan, God love him, is the most arrogant person I have ever seen coaching, and with nothing to show for it besides the NFC. Who cares about the George Halas Trophy, right? Like it's like the Rays of baseball.
His name tattooed on him.
And that's a problem right there.
So the Jets traded up to 14 with the Minnesota Vikings. Wow.
So you think that they're going to go out there and get some protection for Zach Wilson, maybe a right tackle or Elijah Tucker, make a good left side of the line?
What for?
I think did Slater go? Yeah.
I mean, Elijah Tucker.
Slater just went 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Tucker.
I'm sorry, 13.
That sounds like a good move they can make.
Yeah,
Darren Shaw.
That's what I'm saying.
They just drafted Mekhi Becton last year.
Yeah, but you need two tackles, obviously. I don't know why I just said that. Like that's obviously right. You need two tackles. No, but I mean the rest of their line is not very good. And I mean, if you take Elijah Tucker and you're them, then all of a sudden you have a guy who could play outside. And if he doesn't pan out outside, you could push him inside just like we did with Sheriff. All of a sudden, him and Mekhi Becton could make one of the best left sides in the NFL. I mean, you got to protect the fragile little guy who's gotten hurt 2 of his 3 years in college football. And he's already small for the position.
The weird thing is they traded up from 23 to 14, getting in front of the Patriots. Who would the Patriots be targeting that they would want? And you have to think about what positions are they going to try to utilize. And I guess your guys is right. The interior offensive line makes a lot of sense to the Jets. But, I mean, I just don't understand how you're going to take 2 left tackles and force one to be right tackle. I don't think that's smart by any means by trading up and doing that.
They could go edge rusher here, too. They need
point.
a pass rush. New England could use a pass rush. No edge rushers have gone yet.
Yeah.
Maybe Kwity Paye, Jalen Phillips.
Now, Corey, to wrap this up, my friend, I have to ask you, we had a friendly face join us back here in Washington. I hated seeing him go in Eric Flowers. He goes to Miami, he gets his payday, and then they trade Eric Flowers to Washington. We get him back. And the crazy part is it was a swapping of 7th-round picks. So now Washington holds the second-to-last pick in the entire draft. What was your thought process for that Eric Flowers trade? Did you like that?
We paying $3 million for Eric Flowers. We got away like robbers and switch 7th-round picks. Let's be real, y'all. We hustled.
Yeah.
We hustled the Dolphins. It's like what we did to Tampa Bay in 2015 with Deshaun Golston. And don't forget it, Deshaun Golston, he balled out as a little box safety now. Come on, if y'all remember that.
I'm surprised
he was one of the
name.
Yeah, Deshaun Golston. Didn't he have like a pick 6 or something against the Saints? And they paying. I'm like, look at all that Tampa Bay money going. And then they got the comeback victory against the Bucks that year too. Look at all that money. How's it feel to see your cash just running down the field in front of you, man? I like it. I like Eric. I wish he had just stayed here before, but you know what? In Ron we trust, man, and I think that he has a plan. I am so confident in what this man does that I just love the fact when you turn on the TV, they're talking about football, and that's it with this team. I love it, man, and that I love the Eric Flowers. I like it. I'm glad he's back after a 5-minute break. Got his taxes in Miami lower, and then come back up to Washington, buddy, and pay some of these Commonwealth taxes. We need it.
Yeah, and I was very surprised seeing his Pro Football Focus grades of what he's played last season. I thought that he
right,
did
buddy?
really well for Washington in 2019,
Yep.
but that obviously that was with low standards. He really excelled. So hopefully he comes back here and he brought more depth to the conversation. Corey, I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight, sir. Thank you for joining us for our big episode of Draft Night at FedEx. I can't thank you enough, Corey. You could go find Corey on the Warpath podcast. It's on YouTube. iTunes podcast, right?
Yeah, we just started it. We just started it this to back up today. Yeah, and so check them out. And y'all, this is an honor and everything that y'all are doing. Congratulations on y'all's award. And
Thank you.
So it's an honor that I've been on here. So y'all, I'm starstruck. I am very starstruck.
You got jokes tonight, Corey.
Hey, no, I don't. I really am, man. I say the same thing with Maddie and Freddie too. That I am starstruck, and you guys, Doc Walker, Travis Thomas, I was starstruck with you guys. So I appreciate you guys.
I can't thank
you.
You
were hilarious. Thank you.
Yeah. Corey, you were fantastic, sir. I hope you have a great night. All right.
You guys too. Go football team.
Yes,
sir.
Go, man.
That's right.
All right, brother.
All right,
man.
Good,
Take
fellas.
it easy.
All right, everybody. We just spoke with Corey Sanchez of on the Warpath podcast. Dude, he is hilarious, is he not? Absolutely. So let's go with our first question here. It's from Wahoo Dad. He wants to know, are you guys happy we didn't make a Blockbuster trade? I'll start with you, Hall. Sustainable. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I'm ecstatic. I'm very happy about this. We need to build the rest of the team. There is depth issues. I know Ron Rivera has done a very good job of building the team in the offseason through free agency, getting some great quality guys, Adam Humphries, Curtis Samuel, then bringing Samus Reyes as just a try-it-out piece, a tight end, a physical freak, and then defensively going and getting William Jackson III. That was huge. That was a big piece for us. So I think that with the way this is going, I'm glad that we have more tools in the chest, that we have draft picks to be able to add some more young depth to this team. Because we talked about it last week. Everyone, it's so crazy how fast the turnover is in the NFL. In 3 years, you have a revamped team. I mean, look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had Jalen Ramsey, a top 5 defense a couple years ago. Now their defense is putrid. They have to start from ground zero. So that just shows you how you need to be able to use and utilize your lineup, get those draft picks, hit on them so you can continue success. And I don't want to give up those assets to do that. I'm very happy with that. Reed, can you turn down your music, your TV? Shit. All right, what about you, Reed? Okay, I guess Reed didn't want to answer the question. It's fine. So now let's go to our next question. All right. Yes, very, very happy. Now let's go to our next question here that we had, and that is from Bruce Wayne, BK, Burger King. What are you doing, brother? He asked, who are we drafting? He said, how do you feel about Dallas getting Parsons? Are you surprised we didn't trade for a higher pick? And who is available that can make the biggest impact for us, Reed? Yeah, absolutely. Who's available that can make the biggest impact for us at this very moment? Oh, man, that's hard. I would have to say Christian Darrisaw is probably the biggest one because not only is he a good pass blocker, BK, but he is a phenomenal run blocker. I think he's a better run blocker than he is passing. And with this offense last year, they did struggle to move the football through the ground in a lot of very important times. And adding a guy like Christian Darrisaw, right away you immediately become a better run blocking team. So for me, it's Christian Darrisaw. It kind of solidifies that offensive line and creates the Hogs 2.0 finally, in my personal opinion. What about you, Hall? Yeah.
So I would go with JOK, but like I said, I wouldn't be mad with Darrisaw either.
No, I would not be mad at Darrisaw.
Like we said, whoever Ron and then Mac Jones goes to New England.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a perfect fit for them. They go back to a normal offense. I've said it many times. Mac Jones's play style, I'm not saying he's as good as him, but his play style was mirrored of Tom Brady. The way that he can navigate inside the pocket, continues to keep himself free from pass rushers, then being able to look downfield and hit the guy. He just looks like Tom Brady in the pocket, dude. So now Josh McDaniels can go back to his normal offense. He doesn't have to do the Lamar Jackson type of offense with Cam Newton. Now Mac Jones can come in and they can go back to their normal pro-style offense.
How much pressure is Mac Jones under right now? You're a first-round pick, the first quarterback to come in here since Tom Brady left. I mean, obviously Cam Newton, but everybody knew he's not a long-term guy. Mac Jones now is expected, the first-round pick. They're always expected to do well. But coming in to the Patriots, where Tom Brady left, like greatest of all time, man. That's tough for Mac Jones.
It is. But look, he's going to the right situation. Man, you're talking about people with chips on their shoulder. Going to Bill Belichick, that is 100% a great job for them, in my personal opinion.
He's pretty much been coached by Bill. What is that?
No, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say he's pretty much been coached by Bill Belichick throughout his college career. Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, really good friends.
Yeah.
Nick Saban was under Bill Belichick's coaching staff back in the Cleveland days. So I definitely think, like you said, Kyle, this is the perfect fit. This was where everyone projected him to go if he was going to slide there. So now that he's off the board, he's probably relieving a sigh of relief.
Because they didn't have to trade up.
Exactly. They didn't have to trade up. Perfect for New England. And like I said earlier on Twitter, when we were doing that whole little tag train thing, New England's going to draft their quarterback and start their next dynasty off. And that's the way it's looking like right now, especially with all those weapons and free agency they just added.
Yeah, either this is the start of New England getting back to business, or this is the beginning of the end for them, personally, in my opinion. This could be a recipe where they're starting to downplay and their play falls off. Because last year they seemed lost, didn't they? They didn't have their style of play. Obviously, they had a lot of opt-outs and everything. Them getting Mac Jones is huge for them. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and if this is the downfall, then obviously that answers the question. It was Brady that made Belichick great, but if they have a losing season after Brady leaves, and then Mac Jones ends up being a bust, with as good as Belichick has been, obviously he would, his job would be on the line if Mac Jones doesn't pan out, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Because how do you justify firing Bill Belichick?
Dude, I remember thinking 5-6 years ago, I was like, dude, I can't envision a time when Bill Belichick gets fired. I just don't think that's a possible thing.
They owe it to him to at least let him retire beforehand. It would be I don't know. It's crazy.
They would just decide to part ways. They wouldn't even fire him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so let's get your guys' opinion. So it looks like the Arizona Cardinals on the clock. Their pick is coming up very soon. But let's get your guys' opinions on the Eric Flowers trade that Washington executed yesterday with Miami. How do you guys feel about that? Hall?
Yeah, like Corey said, I love it. He had his little 5-minute break, went down to Miami, got his money straight without the taxes. He's back in Washington. I was reading something that Ron Rivera and his coaching staff were really high on him coming into the draft. They even had the offensive line coach go out to meet him, have dinner with him, talk to him, obviously probably break some film down, talk some football with him. And they were really high on him. So obviously he didn't work out at left tackle with the Giants. Came to us, kind of revived his career. And I'm glad that he's back, and especially with Miami eating more than half of the money coming into his deal. I mean, like you say, it's a robbery, it's a steal, and he's going to come in, be a plug-and-play guy, and contribute from day one.
Yeah, not even including the money that they're paying him to come play, but the fact that he has the cohesion with Chase Royer playing next to him already at left guard. And then coupling that in with the consistent play from left tackle that we had with Cornelius Lucas last year, this offensive line is much better off, because throughout this offseason I've been thinking to myself, yeah, they get left tackle in the first round, but would they be done? And I didn't think so. I felt like something else needed to be done. And there was obviously we have 8 draft picks in this draft class, but I just felt like there wasn't enough for what they needed to do to sustain depth on their offensive line and linebacking core, obviously with safety. So them going to trade for Eric Flowers, swapping 7th rounders for getting him is disgusting. I said it on Twitter. I was like, what are you doing, step team? It's ridiculous what they're doing right now with these trades. It was a great move. I'm glad that he's being brought back.
James.
And this really does solidify that offensive line, especially with running the football. You're talking about big grunts on the front that's going to push you and punch you in the mouth. We got that here in Washington. What did you think of it, Reed?
Oh, I loved it. I don't think it's any secret that Washington was really upset when he left. I think that they really wanted to keep him around, so they went out and they made a move. They didn't have to give up anything really to get him. Just the robbery.
Yeah, and the Cardinals select
Zaven Collins. Shoo.
It looks like they're going to want to use him like Chandler Jones. If he went up to 270.
Yeah,
right.
I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. He can do whatever. I mean, and like I said, the next 2 picks are going to be very telling because there could be a start of a run on linebacker.
Hey,
so you could
I will say,
Las Vegas and Miami.
With those additions they added on offense, with AJ Green coming over, I'm probably I still got Christian Kirk over there. You never know they got DeAndre Hopkins, obviously. You never know what's going to happen with Larry Fitz. They're adding to that defense with J.J. Watt, Buda Baker's an all-pro. They just lost Pat P, but if they can get that back end sewed up a little bit, Chandler Jones and Zaven Collins coming off the edge is going to be a deadly duo.
Yeah, Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons will be interesting to see how those guys work together.
Also, Isaiah Simmons kind of came on towards the end of the rear.
Yeah, he did. People give him a lot of shit. Sorry, because he didn't start out well, but he really started to figure it out towards the end of the year. Like halfway through and towards the end of the year, he started to play really well. His PFF rating was through the roof. He did very well.
Yeah,
solidifying the NFC West as being the toughest division of football.
Yeah, and you're talking about a defense that already has, like you said, Isaiah Simmons, who is a big, long, fast, rangy kind of linebacker. Zaven Collins had 2 return touchdowns last season off of interceptions. The dude can do that as well. For them adding another guy with length, but also with weight, this is a great move for Arizona. I'm very surprised by it, to be perfectly honest. Thought they had other needs on the board that they could address, but obviously this is where they're going. Christian Darrisaw is still on the board. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the board as well. Could he fall or go to the Raiders or the Dolphins? In all my mock drafts, I have seen a lot of that. So what do you think about Reed? Do you think that Jeremiah is going to be going in the next 2 picks?
I would, so next I would imagine that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah would go to the Raiders. And then I would think that the Dolphins, after selecting Jalen Waddle, since they just traded Eric Flowers and Robert Hunt is not an offense, he's best inside. I think that was the plan originally, was to slide him in and then maybe draft an offensive tackle with their 2nd pick. So maybe Darrisaw goes there, and if that happens, then it's Darrisaw and JOK are off the board. Then you almost have to go Jamin Davis. Yeah. Right? Or trade back.
I was just gonna say I would be surprised if they go Darrisaw. I know he's coming off the groin surgery. He's been having a lot of people have been bringing up highlighting his bad tape and kind of hit their concerns about him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to sew the linebacker position up, especially because they wanted to target JOK so badly. Maybe they say, you know what, we get the next best thing in linebacker and go Jamin Davis.
Right.
Yeah, I really hope they don't do that. So the thing is that now we're sitting here, fellas. We're sitting in prime time, 2 picks away from Washington being on the clock. Christian Darrisaw's on the board, dudes. This is crazy. And so there's
like I said, he could go in the next 2 picks, though.
You just want him.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Yeah, both of them could easily go with the next 2 picks. But with Miami, would it make sense for them to go Darrisaw at that point?
Yeah, I think, like I just said, they need a right tackle. Robert Hunt's best inside at guard. They just lost Eric Flowers. They almost have to slide him, and I thought they were going to go Sewell, honestly, but they took Jalen Waddle. I think that they could definitely, or maybe they would think Tevin Jenkins, who's more of a natural right tackle, but remember, Tua is left-handed, so your left tackle is basically, it's all sorts of messed up. But they could go the Dolphins could go a bunch of different ways. Dolphins need a linebacker. Dolphins need an edge rusher. This is tough, man. But there's a real chance that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Christian Darrisaw are not on the board when we pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, unless the Raiders do what the Raiders do and just pick some.
Exactly right. They pick a random DB from. They pick Sean Wade. They pick a random DB from Ohio State.
They love Sean Wade.
Yeah.
He was the captain on defense. He was a leader for them. That's what's more important to them.
There you go.
So the Washington football team is in a very how would you if you would know up to this point that Darrisaw is there at 17, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is there at 17. Caleb Farley, obviously. How would you feel? If you thought about this before the draft, how would you be feeling if you knew that information?
I would feel okay, but I've always mocked a tackle and a linebacker to both the Dolphins and the Raiders. So I would be like, well, there's a real chance they're not neither one of them's there. So I don't know, man. I'm torn on it because yes, it would be good. I know that they like both of those guys, but I'm not convinced that they'll be there.
The Raiders their pick is
huge. This is huge.
This is a huge, huge pick. Dude, please tell me Mike Mayock loves Christian Bear more.
Right.
Please tell me. Look at Mike Mayock all stressed out, spitting everywhere.
Yeah.
That's my dude, bro.
Like I said, they got rid of a lot of their offensive linemen this offseason too as well, so I could definitely see Darris.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, Hall.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah Owusu could go with.
He could go to the Dolphins too, though. Right? Yeah. You could.
So Darrisaw could go at 17. So they're at 19. We don't really have that many options, guys, and so
you would have to go Jamin Davis or trade back.
Yeah, and that's what I would love.
Yeah,
I would love that so much.
Jamin. They're going
Jamin.
Or they're going Trevor Moehrig from TCU.
Yeah, Trayvon Moehrig. I was listening to B-Mitch and JP earlier today, and they even did the jamming thing. I was like, man, you guys got to steal my bit.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Didn't Hall literally sing "We Jamin" last time?
Yeah, I did it first, though. I did it the week before Hall.
I think it was Hall, though.
Yeah, Kyle did it first.
I'm kidding. I know I'm joking.
I was trying to steal the black man.
Yeah, come on, Kyle.
I know, man.
Don't you know?
Always try to take my thing. But for real. So who right now, let's just say, guys, through the first 16 picks until Goodell takes his mile walk to get to the podium, who do you think did the best so far through the draft?
That's tough, man. A lot of teams have really.
But what was your best pick? Best fit?
Yeah.
Best team,
I think Kyle Pitts going to Atlanta. I just think he's the best player on the board. I mean, if they lose Julio, then they have Kyle Pitts ready to step up as the next target. If they keep Julio, oh my God, that is a terrifying offense. So
I'll go Rashawn Slater to the Chargers. Obviously, Justin Herbert coming off that strong rookie year. He's way ahead of schedule. Everyone thought he was going to take a while to develop in the NFL. He jumped on the screen. Don't say it. Don't say it. But no, I can definitely. They really take Barrymore.
Raiders move.
Worse. God. They took Alex Leatherwood.
That is the most Raiders move I've ever seen.
Yeah, Corey called it too.
Yeah, Corey just called it. He said that he was a surprise first rounder.
Dude, I did not think that.
Actually, I will say this though. I will say this: for them to not take Darrisaw and for them to take Leatherwood like that,
and not take
Tevin makes you kind of wonder, what's up with Darrisaw?
Right, but they took him over Tevin Jenkins too, and some of these other offensive tackles that.
I mean, Leatherwood was slotted as a late first, early second, and as a guard/tackle. I don't think that he's a tackle, dude. To be perfectly honest,
neither do I.
Based on the film that I watched, he had slow feet, wasn't able to mirror pass rushers, kind of limited in that capacity. Very good run blocker, but he would be best suited as an interior guard. I don't know what the Raiders are doing here, man. Usually I defend their stuff, but this is ridiculous.
Well, they've done it so much. Taking Clelin Ferrell, taking
Kevin's probably going pulling his hair out, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but then in 5 minutes he'll talk himself into it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a great pick.
You see his tape? You see the way he pushed that dude over?
Well, watch the film, bro.
He played at Alabama. I mean,
1 second.
So this means that Washington is going to most likely have the choice between Christian Darrisaw, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and Jamin Davis. Jamin Davis. Jamin. How do you feel about that whole? I mean, I'm telling you right now, I am pumped the hell up hearing that. They're going to have a choice? Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, from what I was hearing all day, all over like the radio stations I was listening to, and just what I was reading on Twitter and all the blogs and all the little clippings, they really, really love JOK. If JOK is on the board, that is their guy. So I would not. I mean, look, if that's their guy, like I said before, that's their guy. And Rob Rivera and Jack Del Rio obviously really, really know linebackers. They play the position, they coach the position. So they're going to have a special plan for him. And I do think he can kind of be that hybrid kind of Isaiah Simmons for us and kind of just bounce him all over the field. Or maybe a Tyrann Mathieu type dude where you can put him in the box, play him at the safety, put him on the back end. He can cover in the slot. He can cover tight ends. Which
Dolphins' pick is in.
Achilles heel for us for years. So my pick would be JOK.
Yeah, and that makes
we can get your guy Jackson Carman in the second or third round.
Yes, I'm talking about, baby. No, I love that because
See, look, now he's like JOK.
No, but one of the reasons why I like JOK on this defense is it gives Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera the option with versatility. That way, offenses can't really pinpoint on what you're going to do as a defense, and that makes your job easier. They know what defense you're in. It's much easier for them to call a play to be able to dissect it. So this makes a lot of sense for Washington. If they went Jeremiah Owusu, they could do a lot of things defensively, mix a lot of things, move them all over the field, like Hall said. Added with Landon Collins, obviously, and Cam Curl with 3 safety sets. That would be really cool to watch. Obviously, he's a hitter. He doesn't fill holes like a typical linebacker does. But, dude, his versatility, I think, is enough of a positive to take at 19. So now the Miami Dolphins are
They could definitely add a blitzing force to this defense as well.
He's fast as lightning, man. So with the 18th overall pick, here come the Miami Dolphins walking up. Goodell's taking an hour, of course.
Another thing about JOK is people always like to point to his size, and he is a bit smaller, and he's not Darius Leonard, but Darius Leonard did prove that 215 is big enough. But he, like you said, Kyle, he's a hitter. He doesn't really fill the lanes, but he can still play the run. Like he's still decent at it. He's just better in coverage. And
also, I was listening to Brian Mitchell earlier, and he was saying like a guy that's probably been that weight and that size like pretty much his whole kind of high school college career. He's just been adding on muscles.
They took Jalen Phillips. Okay, hey, so we got both of them on the board.
So,
my bad.
But Brian Mitchell was just saying like his body's built for like this pretty much, and like obviously once you get into an NFL weight room, they're gonna put maybe 5-7 pounds on him, so he'll be around 220, 222-ish. Hey, that sounds like a nice, rangy, speedy linebacker to me. That can play a little.
So now with Jalen Phillips going to the Miami Dolphins, this means that Washington is in a prime position. They get to choose between Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Christian Darrisaw. I think those are the 2 options that are most likely on the table unless they trade back. I would love to see that go down right now. Dude, this is huge. We're on the clock.
Either one of those picks,
announce the pick.
I will be happy for.
Don't announce the pick.
All right, you'll just tell by you'll either hear it in the background of Kyle's place, or you'll be able to tell by our reaction. But either one of those 2 guys, I'd be happy with, Darrisaw or Owusu-Koramoah.
You can't go wrong in this situation, honestly.
Right.
I mean, unless it's
funny that Phillips. It's funny Phillips is right there because I was watching the herd earlier, and Colin Coward was saying that he was talking to a lot of GMs around the league and a lot of defensive guys because it's not a really defensive heavy draft. And they were saying that Jalen Phillips is going to be a guy that probably goes mid-round. A lot of people are high on him. Obviously, he didn't play last year, so it was not any tape. But they're saying that they're really high on him, and they think that he can mold him into be a great pass rusher in this league. So,
he's athletic as hell, man.
Exactly.
Look at what he did at his pro day.
Gets to stay down in Miami and South Beach too.
Which is crazy because everyone talked about Kwity Paye being probably the best pass rusher of this class, right?
But Phillips really snuck up the last couple weeks, the last few weeks.
It was crazy that Greg Rousseau really fell off. I thought he was going to be one of the top ones too, but he just did not test.
He fell off. Jalen Phillips went up.
Yep.
Here we go, baby. We're on the clock. Watch football too. Here we go, baby. Woo. This is huge. I can't wait. I'm sorry for the pause, everybody. I promise we're doing better. This is
Let's
huge.
Go.
Dude, all right, so if you had to, guys, right now, if you had to choose Jeremiah Owusu or Christian Darrisaw, what are you doing, Hall?
Man, it's a deep tackle class. I got to go JOK.
JOK over Darrisaw. Woo. What are you doing, Reed?
Left tackle is more important. However, like Hall just said, this has been my thinking. It's a very, very deep offensive tackle class. I'm going to go Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and then take an offensive tackle in the next couple rounds.
And they still got Sadiq Charles. You never know what they're going to do with him. Maybe they see
after acquiring Flowers.
They're going to push him outside and have him compete with Cornelius Lucas. So maybe they're thinking, look, let's just strengthen the defense, get our linebacker for the defense, and go from there.
Yeah, look, I've said it many times. I don't care who they decide to take there in the first round. Whatever linebacker they get, I'm cool with because they know what they're talking about. They're going to get the linebacker that's best for them. But, dude, getting that left tackle for 10 years, Reed, that is very, very important for this football team.
Very important.
And look, they have a history of linemen drafting in the first round ended up being Hall of Famers. This happens a lot for Washington. So if they select Darrisaw here, we got a future Hall of Famer on our hands.
And we have been striking out in the second round every time we pick there as of late, the last decade or so. But this coaching staff has really earned our trust when it comes to selecting players and signing free agents. Pick is in. Yep, pick is in.
The pick is in.
Yep,
pick is in, baby.
I'm not gonna ruin it.
Let's go, everybody. Let's get your happy dances going.
Rashad Bateman. Woo!
Travis Etienne.
I might have a heart attack, bro. To be perfectly honest.
I think that whole stadium would probably burn to the ground if they took Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
The Washington football team selects Kyle Trask.
Don't say that, dude. Don't say it. Don't put that juju out in the air. What are they doing in Ashburn, baby? What are they thinking, Ron? Oh, no. I'm so hyped for this, dude.
You see Ron's dog run a 3.39 40?
Yeah.
Get that boy in some pads. That good old boy. I think play receiver.
That was a really good idea by them because, dude, I was like worried about Ron running that 40. I was like, dude, are we really about to watch this?
James.
Like, he just, got over cancer. Are we sure this is, okay? We got the draft tonight. Not very smart.
God damn it, James.
Where
Can't pull a hammy before the draft.
Now, is there a position here, Hall, that you would be blown with if they went?
You're right. He's out. Shit.
Baby.
Quarterback probably just because
there's nobody there, right?
If they super reach for a quarterback, but outside of quarterback,
J-Mo, I'm coming, baby.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if they really took a safety, but you know what? I would be mad they took a safety because JOK and Darris are on the board, so I'll go safety.
Right. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'd be blown. I know Trayvon Morig is a very good defender. He could be added to this defense, no issue. Would help us a lot. But there's better prospects on the board, dude. Obviously, I don't know nothing, but I'm just saying I don't know anything.
It's straight from value aspect. I would be mad just because you had those two guys sitting there.
What are we doing here, guys? I'm very surprised they didn't trade back out of this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, you gotta have two to tango.
That's true. It's a good point. It's a very good point.
James, here, baby. Here, after this pick, though, Daddy's got a dip. I got to change this motherfucker's diaper.
All right. I thought we were going to.
Thanks.
Thought we were going to talk.
We were going to, but I got to change his diaper. I can come right back, actually.
Okay.
All right. But hold up. I'm waiting for a pick, obviously.
Yeah, just put your phone down so I don't have to change the screen.
All right, tight. I got you. So I'll just take a few minute break afterwards. Here we go.
I can hear it in the background, yeah.
Yeah!
Jamin Davis.
My boy Jamin. Woo! This dude,
that dude's a freak.
I just talked about him on AWOD show on Saturday.
I literally almost said that I would rather have him than JOK just because I feel like he's more of a traditional linebacker, but I didn't want to get booed.
Dude, this is such a good pick. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. This is a jack of all trades linebacker. What he brings to this defense is the Mike linebacker. In the middle of the field, he had 102 tackles last season, 1.5 sacks, had a touchdown and an interception last season. He can do it all. You know, each of these linebackers each has their own little facet that they do with the team, right? Savin Collins is a coverage guy. JOK is a safety/linebacker that could cover as well. Jamin Davis is the prototypical Mike linebacker. This is perfect for them. This is not even including the explosive metrics that he had at his pro day. 11-foot broad jump, a 42-inch vertical, A 4.4 140. This is a slam dunk pick for the Washington football team. Not only is he have the cherry on top with his metrics, he has the game film to back it up. I love this pick. He comes up, he solidifies the gap, he brings down ball carriers, but he can also drop into coverage. 6'4", 230 pounds. Slam dunk by the Washington football team. He comes from a military family. This is the type of guy you want. Love it.
Yeah, it's a perfect pick, really. Like we said, like we all just said, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, but Jamin Davis, like you just look at everything. The way that he tested on top of the production that he had, the guy's just a physical freak. He can do it all, and that's really what we needed. We needed somebody who can play the inside, a middle linebacker, or bump outside and play the will. This guy can do either. I mean, he's a very, very good athlete. He's got the size, production, like I just said, and I love it. He's more of a traditional linebacker. And like we've said the entire time, whoever Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio decided to take a linebacker, you got to trust that they made the right decision. They know linebackers better than anybody. If they took him over JOK, I 1,000% trust it.
I am.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
happy.
like you said, need a guy that can cover tight ends, can run down the seam with slot guys. He can do that. He's going to add a blitzing element to this defense. He can come off the edge. He can come up the middle, really disrupt the interior and push that pocket back on a blitz. Again, at the end of the day, this is a guy that was getting comparisons to Devin White. So if you're in the same, and even in the same breath as Devin White,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm excited. He doesn't have to do much behind this defensive line. He's going to be able to scrape to the ball, make plays. Woo! I am excited.
Didn't we give us Jamin Davis in our last mock draft?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I talked about
That's
Jamin Davis
because
on
we're
Saturday
dead.
on AWOD's show on 106.7.
Yeah, you did, but we all picked Jamin Davis. You know?
We did. We put our
Yeah,
heads
it's not all
together.
about you right now, Kyle.
I know.
What's up?
It is all about
joking.
It is all about me, Reed. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm at the stadium.
Yeah, because you told us the day before, so we couldn't go.
It's true. I did. I
You're
purposely
like, I'm gonna hold
sabotaged
out.
it. They told me. They were
I'm
like,
surprised. I'm surprised that you were still like, fuck it, I'm going. Because I was like, oh man, that's gonna suck. But then I was like, never mind. Kyle's gonna be recording from the stadium. Damn. Lucky one.
Basically, I'm not supposed to tell you. So Washington football team hit me up and they're like, that one bearded guy, don't let him on.
The one fat one. The fat one, don't let him come. The one I'm not gonna lie, when they were announcing the pick, Kyle, I was trying to listen in because your TV was a little bit in front of mine by like a few seconds. I thought they said Jalen Phillips, and then I saw you go like this, and I was like, wasn't he just picked? What's going on? It took me a second, and I was like, oh, Jamin. Okay, thank God.
You know what's crazy is I thought I heard Phillips too, and I like flipped out. I was like, wait a minute, what? Like we just took a pass rusher? I was like, what the hell's going on? But you're absolutely right. It was Jamin Davis.
That would have been something that made me mad. They would have took a pass rush.
Yeah, look,
we didn't even think about that.
I know a lot of people are going to talk about how he came out of nowhere really as a prospect, but I'm telling you right now, this kid gets it. He has the family structure. He has the interview process and being able to be good at that, then has the game film to back it up. I absolutely love this pick. Washington just made their defense so much better with this Mike linebacker. With JOK, you're talking about him being a will linebacker, lining up with tight ends, being the weak side guy. Jamin Davis was the only one besides Micah Parsons that can play Mike right away. And this was slam dunk, 100%. I know we all love Darrisaw. I get it. I wanted Darrisaw too. O-line's important, but goodness gracious.
Linebacker was such a big need. Yeah. After losing Kevin Pierre-Louis, like you needed a linebacker because really you have Cole Holcomb, John Bostic, is there, but like other than that, you don't really have anybody with much experience, So you had to take a linebacker, and like we've said multiple times, this coaching staff knows the linebacker position better than any coaching staff in the league. Got to trust that.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, he played at University of Kentucky, and he made a name for himself, made highlights, and stood out on numerous game film.
Right.
And again, if you're making plays at University of Kentucky, making a name for yourself, just like what's his name from the Jaguars last year?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, exactly. So, and he's better than Josh Allen in my opinion. So, great upgrade for this defense. Now we can attack the offense and upgrade the offense in the next couple rounds.
Yes, right. And I cannot wait for tomorrow already.
I know. I'm so pumped for tomorrow. 3 guys.
I wish it just was all in one night.
So do I. Remember when it used to be? It used to be like the first 2 rounds were the first night, and then the rest was day 2.
All day on Saturday.
Before the NFL got stingy with their money, and they're like,
"This is the stupidest thing ever with them having this thing start at 8." By the way, if you're going to have like a 30-minute wait time, dude, you might as well just start at 6. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about West Coast people?
For the West Coast people. I was going to say it's the West Coast people.
They're not important.
Need them TV ratings.
They're not.
The East Coast people is what matters. I think everyone else out there agrees.
Right. Nobody on the West Coast watches football.
All right. If you could give a grade,
surfing.
If you could give a grade for this pick, what would it be, guys?
I'm gonna go with an A. I would go A+ just because, I mean, it's such a need, but I can't. I mean, we literally all said JOK before this, but I almost wanted to say Jamin Davis because I think he fits so well. But I'm going to give us an A. That was our biggest need. You could still – Cornelius Lucas played very good last year, although I wouldn't have been mad with Darisaw. But, I mean, you got to – like, do what we've always said, whatever linebacker they took, we'll trust. So I got to give it an A, man. That was our biggest need, in my opinion.
Yep, and in that Tampa Bay game, one of the biggest reasons why they couldn't stop the run, why the play action was so deadly and this defense was getting thrown on a lot, is because they couldn't stop the run. So many times that game, I see Cam Curl come up and make tackles on running backs in open lanes, and that shouldn't be a thing. Your linebackers should be filling those holes, and they weren't doing that. Cam Curl was our second most tackles on the team. Cam Curl, a safety. That tells you your linebackers are not tackling well, and they're not getting out of ball character.
By the Giants.
So
not even a week 1 starter, Cam Curl.
Right, exactly.
You see the Giants just picked?
No.
Nah.
Kadarius Toney.
Oh, snap. That's a good pick by them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm giving it an A for the Washington football team. They went and they got the best player available for exactly what they need. Jamin Davis, by far, the best pick of the first round. I don't care what anyone says. Trevor Lawrence sucks. Nah, but seriously, this was a great pick by the Washington football team. Slam dunk, in my opinion. I haven't been on him for very long. It's funny, we had a guest on Tuesday, Kent LaPlate, and he just texted me. He messaged me. He was like, "Didn't we talk about Jamin Davis?" Like, yeah, we did, man. We talked about it with everybody, and it's been late, and not until as of recently. But it's a slam dunk move. It makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ron Rivera constantly called out the linebacking core all throughout last year. Said they need to step up, like we've addressed. It's been a need. It was our biggest need, obviously, other than quarterback, which we filled in free agency. So, slam dunk pick. Like you said, we all thought it was going to be JOK. Everyone's expecting JOK. Maybe they talked to Landon Collins and told him, look, this is going to be your role next year. Like it or love it. Bam.
Right. All right, everybody. That's going to wrap us up for this show. Thank you so much for joining us for our NFL Draft Night at FedEx Field. This was so much fun to be here in this stadium, to talk with my buddy Freddie Ham, to meet Keith. I got to meet Keith in his little tight shorts. Got to meet Parker. Chris Bryant, finally got to meet him as well. Bobby Hutton, got to meet those guys. This was so much fun. Thank you to the Washington football team. I really appreciate it. This was a night to remember. And they finished it with an exclamation point. We're getting Jamin Davis. Love it, love it, love it. Any parting words, guys?
Just hail to the football team, and let's get it started. I'm excited for this defense. This defense is going to dominate.
Yeah.
And then we still have tomorrow. We have a second-round pick for the first time in a while and 2 third-round picks.
Hopefully we actually hit on it.
Yeah, I know. Let's give it a shot. But we know we'll hit on both our third-round picks.
Yeah, excited for the next 3 picks coming up tomorrow. Great addition to this defense. Can't wait for all the national analysts out there to be like, it was a horrible pick. They missed. What are they doing? But I love it. So can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, everybody. I'm Kyle.
I'm Hall.
And I'm very excited to go change a big old shit-filled diaper right now.
And thank you to Corey Sanchez, the Sanchez, for joining us again. That was awesome.
Yeah, Corey's hilarious.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Washington football. Hey! What's up, everyone? This is Kyle from the Burgundy Zone. We are releasing our own merch to support the show. If you want to rock the Burgundy Zone logo or you want to see Reed's face on your shirt, we got it. We're starting with t-shirts, hoodies, and zip-up. So if you're a fan of the show, make sure you snag one before they are gone. Check out the link in our bio on Instagram, or you can find the link in the description of the video. Thanks again for all your support. Until next